you doing? Welcome back to the Liverpool Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Johnston-Lynch, here on Liverpool Online at the Big Condo Academy. And once again, I hope you're enjoying our new opening for the show, because what we're trying to get ourselves is out there further and further into the community and everything. And by doing that, we bring people from the community here into our offices or our studios, and we have a little chat. And I'm joined here by this lovely young woman who was like, oh man, the story, well, you know what? I'm going to get into it. But Joe Galbraith from Autism in Motion. How you doing, Joe?
I'm good. How are you?
Joe, I got to tell you, autism is a personal subject for me, and I love when people come in and represent organizations that are trying to do the right thing by people, that are living and dealing with autism. But, usually, like, we've been talking to people who have, like, youth groups and stuff like that. But your organization is different. What makes yours different?
So we're a group of parents. It's
parent-led.
It's parent-led, yeah.
And something like that. I mean, no, I just think that's fantastic, because it's kind of like, it's about time that the parents get together to not only just share their stories and experiences, but also to be able to feel that support. I mean, Would you say that's basically what's going on?
Yeah, definitely. They all support each other, share stories and experiences, and, people who've already tread the path, if you like. Help the new ones who are just emerging onto the path to go along and show them the way.
Well, I mean, basically, give me an example, because it's kind of like, like you say you have like coffee mornings, or you have like group shares, or even one-to-one shares. And I mean, being a parent who has a child with autism and stuff like that, I've often found communicating with people that was in a shared experiences myself much more enlightening than anywhere else. I mean, so is that your experience?
Yeah, I feel that the coffee mornings that we have, for instance, the other parents get it, and they understand the way your life is, and like I say, they might have already done, or have experienced the problem or issue that you're having at that time, and might be able to advise you, but it's lived experience. They're not like reading off a leaflet type of thing, and they can say what worked and what didn't work, or they might be able to offer strategies that can help your child. So it's nice. It's nice that you're with people who get it, who understand your life.
I mean that's really important and stuff. Because basically, when you usually end up talking about autism, I'm coming from a generation of the 70s where, we didn't talk about it as a child, so as a child, it wasn't really diagnosed, but, my family knew and everything else like that. And so you grow up and you have children and stuff like that. And in that aspect, this is like, do you find that the children that might come in, that their parents also show signs of autism?
Yeah, I don't know one parent who hasn't done a course with us and gone, oh, that's me. We've all done it. We've all, like, all of us.
Yeah, but we're all in the same gang, though, Joe. So that's the main thing about it. We're like the warriors.
We are
right?
the warriors.
So, I mean, like, the main thing is we got to let people know that, listen, man, I think everybody shows some kind of signs, because it's what they call the autistic spectrum, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a rotary wheel. And then, like, on that wheel there's so many different aspects, from, ADHD to Asperger's to dyspraxia to self-mutism to depression, to the point where you're not one thing on any given day, are you?
No, you're not. No, you're not. And I think, the difficulties, I know the difficulties change from day to day, so one day, like two of my children are diagnosed with autism, so, but one day, my little girl might be fine doing this, for instance, and then like tomorrow she might not be fine doing this. She wouldn't be able to do it. Mm-hmm. and that's down to her anxiety or you know, sensory issues, lots of different things, you know. So they're very movable, they're very fluid and move the, you know, the needs and change quite often.
And like, but see, also too, I think that a lot of people sometimes, you know, focus on the negative aspects, or the extremes and everything else like that. But I mean, you know, I often find that in the positive nature of things, like nowadays anyway, with SEN and studies, is that, you know, we have to change the narrative.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, you know, it's kind of like what they, you know, got that term neurodiverse going on now. But, I mean, to me, I look at it as like, you know, autism, it's like a superpower. You get me? Right? And what is your superpower? And stuff like that, you know, because, you know, there are different things that affect different young people with autism. Like, you know, I think it's like they call like left brain thinking or the brain thinking. And you were talking about that, like with your son that says, so what's his superpower? And you said what?
So I said he's got this amazing memory for...
didactic memory.
Yeah, amazing memory. He's like a little sponge that just soaks up all this information that I really don't know where to get it from.
All right, but I asked you the topics.
Oh, history. History, flags, maps.
Flags? We've just now entered the world of the Big Bang Theory. But you said he's not Sheldon because he's better than Sheldon.
Well, funnier than Sheldon.
Well, funnier than Sheldon? I don't know. You told me a funny Christmas story about it, so I don't know if you feel he's well funnier than Sheldon. Now that I've said it, you got to share it.
Oh, God, yeah. We got this map, this stupid map poster from the works. It was like £2, something like that. And it was Christmas Day, and I was like, last Christmas it was. So I had the dinner on, and he doesn't tend to come and sit with us very often. He likes to sort of be on his own, doing his own thing, which is fine, you know. So he gets this map out. 2 hours he sat there talking to me about the map and the borders and why this one has had a fight with this one and what the implications to that one were. And 2 hours.
But it'd be like a history lesson as well. Like you would be like, you'd be
really
like the Incas or the Aztecs. I mean, listen, man, I want to go to his class. I love a bit of history, me, man. You know what'd you say?
Anytime.
Oh, anytime? I thought you said it was a pound.
Anytime. Yeah.
But, you know, hey, I don't know. I'll pay. But, you know, no, but it's just really interesting, though, because, I mean, in reality, you know, especially, you know, when it comes down to, you know, kids with their photographic memory and their minds are flooded with information and they just have to get it out. So usually sometimes they pick a topic and they wrap their heads around that topic, you know, and like, so for my son, it was like superheroes and everything like that, you know. But what was great about it is it turned him into this really great writer where he just like write stories upon stories and episode upon episodes, you know what I mean? And then I would film it, you know, we do all the voices for the characters and everything. And I had to kind of like baby myself, you know, like as a kid, you know, I plastered this wall with comic book pages. I thought it'd be cute. You know what I mean? Maybe it was something I always wanted. But, you know, I mean, either way, it's just like, you know, it doesn't hurt to have a love of writing, I thought, and creativity. But, you know, when I had said this to you all of a sudden, your eyes lit up and everything because, you know, like, even though you have a parent-led organization here with Autism and Emotion, you also deal with the children as well.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
So you'll have like kids from 16 to 24, you were saying.
Oh, yeah, well, that's one group, so we've got...
Well, you know what, Joe? I feel I'm doing all the talking for you. Now, I got to warn you, people. Usually, we do, like, a show note discussion beforehand. And, you know, like, that's so that way, you know, we can mind map and have a conversation. And Joe is, like, choosing to be here like a deer in the headlights. But that's all right. I know what she's got to say. I'll keep prodding you, Joe. Good. Tell me about the 16 to 24.
So the 16 to 24 group, we're running it with another guy called Mark, and he's got a little organisation called Aspie Heroes as well. So it's all focused.
Called what?
Aspie Heroes.
Aspie Heroes.
Yeah, you'd have to have a little look.
Before?
I don't know. He does some stuff in the Yellow House.
All right.
Do you know them?
I think I have heard of the Yellow House and stuff. But go ahead, Aspie Heroes.
So Aspie Heroes. So Mark comes in on a Wednesday night, and with our 16 to 24 group, and they play games. It's just a social group, you know, for those awkward teen years. You know, it's difficult.
Oh, I know about my awkward teen years from 16 to 24, trust me.
It's difficult for them to find their place, and this is about, you know, they're coming out of school, maybe stepping away from mum a little, you know, but we want to do this in a safe space. So it's about socialising, and it's about them leading what they want to do. So at the moment there's about 8 or 9 of them, aged between 16 to 24. Weirdly, they're all very arty, which is fantastic.
That's not weird at all. I mean,
no, but it is for me. It'd be weird if I was arty.
As long as they're not painting your walls and stuff like Basquiat or Jackson Pollock, you know. And because you said, like, there was one kid, probably more than one, but you said he was like a really good artist, like
really
superheroes
good.
And stuff like that.
Really good, yeah.
I'm coming for you, kid. But anyway,
I'll give you this mum's details later.
Yeah, all right, that's cool. And stuff, but yeah, I mean. But so that's one group, but then you have other groups as well.
Me too.
Because I think what I thought was really interesting is, like, when we were talking about it, you were telling me about how, like, you know, there are kids, you know, and take me back to my childhood that hurt. There are kids, like, you know, who don't go to parties.
Yeah.
And everything like that, you know, and whether it's their social anxiety and all that other kind of stuff. I didn't go to my prom, by the way. Play the music. No. I'm single. Anyways,
you're an Aspie hero as well, Chase.
That's true. I am.
We'll have to have a party for you now, won't we?
Stop it.
Do his prom.
I said stop it. But anyway, you said they have parties now with your kids.
Yeah.
So just talk about it, Jill. Get the camera off me.
So often these are the kids who might not get an invitation to the party.
Yeah.
They might be the only kid in the class who doesn't get a party invite, which is horrible. which is just the saddest, meanest thing. Mm-hmm. You know, so they come to our groups anyway, the kids, and they all, I don't know, it's all great, and they all get along. And we very, very rarely, I could probably count on one hand in the 6 years that we've been running that there's ever been an issue.
Yeah, because even I said, do they even participate? You know, because I remember going to parties and I was the wallflower, or, you know what I mean, the guy who stood on the wall. But
we have plenty of room for them, you see. So
what does that mean?
It means that they might not necessarily be in the middle of the party. Mm-hmm. They might be in the party in another room colouring in. Oh. But it's okay because they're at the party. They've got the party food. They get the party cake. Yeah. They get the party bag, which is the most important thing at the end.
Yeah.
And for the kid whose birthday or whatever it is, they've had loads of friends come to their party.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing is the engagement, isn't it? It's like you create a safe environment and then they're able to engage with one another. And it's not just because you're autistic too or whatever, anything like that, but you just have to be in a group where there's much more understanding. What you say?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, more understanding, and
they relate to each other.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And the parents, I think, because taking one of my children to a soft play centre when they were younger, brings with it a whole other level of anxiety, escape routes. How can they get out? Can they get out? Is there another way out? Type of thing, Are they going to get on with the other kids? Are they going to get overwhelmed?
Yeah.
How are the other kids going to interpret them?
There's a lot of anxiety as a parent.
Yeah.
Worrying about what the other parents or with the other kids even.
Yeah.
Because there's so many cruel kids out there in the outer world, so to speak, and everything. So you kind of are creating your own inner world in that way.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
But also
preparing them for the outer world.
Yeah, of course.
If you like. So we go for meals
once they get those social situations going, they prepare themselves.
Of course they do, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But we do things like we go out for meals. So we used to go to Frankie and Benny's a lot, which was on the Lancs, but it's not there anymore. But we used to go there a lot, and they were amazing. They just used to close off one of the rows, and our kids could move around and do all the things that they want to do without disturbing anybody else, but they're getting used to the environment. So once the kids were settled in that environment, then that meant that the mum and dad could take them there for the birthday meal, or it just opens things up a little bit, doesn't it? We have movie nights.
What kind of movies did you watch?
All different. So what have we just watched? But scared now to tell you, just in case.
What are you afraid of?
We just done a Grease night. We just had a Grease night, yeah, that was great.
My God, you had to have a Grease sing-along.
We did.
Did you?
Yeah.
As long as you didn't do Grease Lightning. I never really knew the words for Grease Lightning.
You didn't?
No, I mean, I used to sing it all the time, but I never really knew what the words actually were saying until somebody put the lyrics up.
Okay, so I'm scared now.
Yeah, you should be. You don't know what the words are either, it seems.
It's just like Old Lang Syne.
No, it's not. I'm not going to repeat what they're actually saying in that song. So anyway, you're in trouble. Somebody, don't worry about it. We all know it's not bad. So.
Oh,
look at it.
Now I'm going to have to Google it.
I'll tell you after the show.
You'll have to.
So anyway, what was interesting is you just now started a preschool group.
We are.
Tyler group.
Yeah, we're starting the second week in November. Mm-hmm. So
but you tell me why you started it.
Why did I start it? So
you always tell me why, Joe.
I will. So my little girl Scarlett, she was delayed. So she had a diagnosis of global developmental delay when she was a baby, which meant that she didn't move or crawl or walk or talk or sit or all of these things that babies do until much later than she should have done. And it meant that when I was going to mum and tot groups that my baby wasn't doing the things that their babies were doing. Yeah. So I kind of felt...
Then do you do that facetious that they would do?
Yeah. Oh, was she? Oh, must be hard. Yeah, it was hard, but it wasn't that hard, and she was just a joy anyway. Yeah. So I always felt quite isolated. I kind of felt the odd one out. I felt a bit sorry for Scarlett because, the other mums were looking at her like that. I just told her they looked at her because she was just so gorgeous. She didn't need to do anything else. Just be gorgeous. So just to stop other people from feeling that way, really. Yeah. We want them to be able to come together, but also the services, and when I was looking, you've said yourself that you've got a child on the spectrum as well. So, you know, you probably did the same thing as me, where you start researching like a pro, trying to find things, and early intervention is key. And where'd you get this early intervention from? Because the wait is 12 months for any service that you try to, at least 12 months.
That was the ex-wife's job.
That was pre-COVID, yeah. So now it's 2 years, and where'd you get this help from, and how'd you help your child socialise, and where'd you get the support from? So you get it from other people who are living the same life as you,
exactly,
and have already tread that path and they're a bit further down. So that's why we've done it.
I gotta tell you a funny story, you know, like, you know, my son Jackson, you know, like when he was a baby, you know, there's the early sign. He was a bum shuffler.
Okay.
You know what a bum shuffler is?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And everything like that. So he used to get around like a bunny rabbit, but on his butt, right? So he would like cross his legs and he just bum shuffle around the room and stuff like that. We actually got a video on Facebook. But I mean, you know, it's kind of funny. But it was like, you know, at the time you're going, whoa, what's going on? The kid was really fast too. But, you know, but then that was for my ex-wife, that was the sign that like she was like, oh, wait a minute, there is something wrong here. And everything else like that. But, you know, I mean, shouldn't laugh, but it was funny. You know, and everything, because he's just the sweetest thing. You know, now, speaking of the sweetest thing, you know, you also have an event coming up on Friday with a special guest.
With a special guest? Oh, the magician.
Okay. When I tell
Sorry,
you, man,
the wizard, sorry.
I mean, you know what I mean? Why have a conversation before the show? She is the first guest that has done this. I'm trying to help her. The
Next
potion
Friday.
master.
Oh, yeah, the wizard.
Yeah.
The wizard potion master.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't apologize to me.
It's next Friday.
Well,
not this Friday.
This Friday, who cares? But it's either way, that's how I have it written down. It's coming on Friday.
Yeah.
The potion master. Now, first of all, calling yourself a potion master, I mean, you gotta give me an idea of what's happening.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's not like a clown or anything.
No.
Like that. He's a wizard.
He's a wizard. It's very serious.
Take pictures.
Yeah, I will. We've got loads. We've had him in before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, he's brilliant. Kids loved it.
Really?
Loads of smoking cauldrons and amazing.
That dry ice really goes far away.
You'll have to come.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. I get an invite. I've never been invited anywhere. People come on the show, don't invite me anywhere. Did you know that? That is true. I don't need to see you again. But speaking of where to go, we haven't really stated where you're actually located. So Autism in Motion is actually located in an old church in Exactly, isn't it?
It is.
And so, can people know that, or?
Yeah, the people who know.
The people who know.
The people who don't.
I mean, you're trying to say you're exclusive. But, I mean, you got a website and everything. So this is the time where you got to give people your socials so they could find you, because they may have a child that want to be able to utilize all the fun activities that are going on at your place. Or they may be a parent who want to be able to share, come and be a part of your organization. So what is your socials on your website and stuff?
So we're Autism in Motion Liverpool on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And we have a website which is aimautism.com.
Which is what? AIM?
AIM.
Oh, isn't
AIM.
that clever? Autism in Motion, AIM. Is that why?
That's why.
Okay. Look at her eyes. I do not believe her. I do not believe her.
Yeah, I think Instagram we're at AIM Liverpool.
Okay.
Twitter we might be at _Liverpool. I'm not very good, but if you go on Facebook, it's all linked.
So yeah, okay. So now here's the serious part of this podcast, as if you thought there would ever be one. How are you funded?
Well, we get little bits of
You supposed to say we're not.
We're not really. We're not really. Nobody comes and goes, here's the money to run your service.
In little pockets and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we get a little...
You could always use more money.
Definitely always use more. So last year it cost us £70,000 to run the service. Yeah.
Whoa. How did you pay for that?
Applied to everybody, begged, borrowed, begged and stealed. We didn't steal. We didn't do any stealing. We didn't do any stealing. Pardon, sorry.
Did you actually raise that money though?
Yeah.
Wow.
With different little funding applications here and there. This year, things have been a little bit harder. The funding criteria has been harder, so we've not got a few pots that we've gone for, which has been a struggle.
But you did apply to the Steve Morgan Foundation.
I did. I'm just applying now. I'm in the moment applying.
You're in the middle of applying to the Steve Morgan Foundation.
I am. And
great organization they are, by the way.
They're fabulous.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, they do amazing things for the community.
They do, exactly. And you also had somebody who ran London Marathon.
He did. Richie Hillman, who lives in London. He ran the London Marathon for us and raised just over £2,000, which was amazing.
Good on you, Richie. Even though you left the medal in London. She blew you up, bro. She blew you up, man. I just don't understand. I don't understand what she's doing. And stuff. What happened?
He got on the train and realised he'd left the medal at home. Yeah.
Was it that big, dude?
Never mind. He's going to come back and bring it with him next time.
Yeah, bring it back, Richie. I mean, it's all good. So, one of the things I think you are raising money for is for a sensory room.
We are. Yeah, we want a sensory room in the building. We just think it's so important for the kids.
Sometimes it's good for people to know what it is that you actually need. And I remember, when my son was in nursery, the sensory room was definitely a good thing that he participated in and stuff, and everything. So that was really good. But what's interesting is that you have no respite service.
No, we don't.
Well, you got no money, so how can you get?
We've got no respite service. Yeah, well, we'd love to be able to do that. We'd love to be able to offer parents, a break. But I think parents should offer you a break as well, Joe, because it's like your organization sounds like it does so much. Basically you got 6 people working for you, your staff. She says, what? You only don't
got
get
2.
paid. Yeah,
right. Yeah. You only got 2 people working on staff. Everybody else volunteering. This is why we do this show, because it's like, organizations such as these that are driven on heart alone, need to actually get support from the community out there, because in that aspect is that, I enjoyed our conversation today. Did you enjoy our conversation?
Yeah.
You enjoyed the first conversation, probably not this one.
Yeah, a little bit scary.
What's scary? Oh, what are you, scared?
A little bit.
Oh, you're up with the damn violin again. I'm a scary person. No way am I. But either way you look at it, Joe, it has been fantastic. I think your organization, Autism in Motion, does a lot of positive things. I definitely love the factor of mixing parents and young people in this realm of being able to create this microcosm that is just only, up to get bigger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love the ethos behind, the simpler things of just like having someone to go to the park with, on a one-to-one to share, and either both as a parent or a child. Because I think you get organizations that either just focus on children, which is a good focus, but the parents also need support. And that's what I liked about you.
The siblings too. I didn't mention that before.
The siblings? Who are they?
the siblings too. I didn't say about them before.
Well, yeah, but they, so the siblings, they also participate as well.
Yeah, they participate as well, but often, their lives are affected too. They can't have friends over from school. Well, they can, but, sometimes they can't.
Is that the because nature, you don't know how the friends are going to react, you mean?
You don't know how the friends are going to react, but also, like, my kids don't like people coming over. Why are people coming into our house? This is our house. Sometimes there might be behavioural reasons why they can't, Often, a lot of our children, they've got other conditions alongside their autism. It might mean they're in and out of hospital. Mum and dad have to, provide a lot of care, personal care. Of course, that impacts on the whole family. So, we have to look after the siblings as well, which we do.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I mean, because you don't want to be lost to the sauce, so to speak, and you don't want all the attention to have been going over to your other siblings, and like you're ignored and stuff. I totally get you. And I mean, I guess the last thing I would want to say, like I got my whole mind map thing here. It's like you've been running for like 6 years.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like been running on E for 6 years in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, again, I can't stress enough about support and everything. And finding if this is an organization that's worth supporting. So I want to thank you, Joe Galbraith from Autism in Motion, or AIM Liverpool, as you say, and everything else like that, for coming to join me here on the couch.
Very welcome, thank you.
I got to tell you, I don't like this camera angle. That's why I'm kind of like looking at myself. You know what I mean? Because the camera's like way too wide. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm really upset at Phil for this. But I'm just kind of like, really, bro. Making me self-conscious when I'm self-conscious enough as it is. Either way you look at it is that I'm Chase Johnston-Lynch. You've been listening to the Liverpool Community Podcast here on Big Condo Academy or Liverpool Online, and everything like that. And you know what? I'm going to pretend to take my headphones off because we're out of here.